it's looking really bullish to me personally. Verge. This is one of the coins like ZEC or XMR. Those coins also went on a massive sideways period and then started the rally. The difference with Verge is that it pumped in November 24 when everything pumped. When the whole market pumped, this one pumped as well. That didn't happen on XMR and on ZEC as far as I can remember. Let me check quickly. Yeah, ZEC didn't have that pump in November 24 when everything went up. This kept going sideways. Although most of the coins went up in November 24 here. Yeah, I see it made a little run up, nothing serious. But then, as you know, September here, this started a massive rally, and yeah, made more than a 10x, I think 20x or so from the bottom. And I think Verge has that potential too, guys. It's looking bullish to me. I'm always looking for a dip on this coin. To be honest with you, I bought some of the dips here. For example, here on the SMA 100 when it came down, here I longed it a few times, but always took profit because, yeah, because of this. Honestly, was expecting this chop. Still chopping. And I thought today I might long it here on this dip, but honestly, now I think it might come down here as well. SMA 200 to the ultimate lows here. Um, you see this level? I think it might retest that level again, so I would try there. That could happen if Bitcoin comes lower to sweep those 86 lows, guys. So then this might give that entry. Other than that, I would look for the privacy coins. As you know, I shared the watch list for the privacy coins for TradingView. Let's quickly check that. Let me take a quick look at them. What is this? Verge. Just checked already. Also, the daily top gainers, guys, are mostly only coins that are newly listed coins. Like, what is today's top gainer? This ZKC, right? One of the newly listed coins that performed so bad. This performed really so bad, guys. It went on a massive downtrend, then massive sideways period for many, many weeks since November. And then all of a sudden, bam, yeah, right? Made that unexpected pump. So you would have to had this on your radar and actually placed alerts to catch this move, a breakout move. Not easy. So yeah, or be lucky and buy this at the bottom. But then the thing is that you would have to hold some days. You need patience. This is the thing with the newly listed coins. But guys, I am noticing a pattern and I'm going to come up with a plan. I will check all these newly listed coins because there are many of these newly listed coins like ZKC that are pumping at the moment. As I said, the daily top gainers on Bybit are mostly newly listed coins, just like that. Look at this. This is also pretty much the same pattern, right? This is another coin, NOM or yeah, NOM, just like ZKC. Same pattern. Was listed recently, went sideways for a while, and yeah, these coins are good for surprising pumps like that, guys. And the patterns here on these coins are pretty much the same, ZKC and NOM. So these coins made some type of accumulation patterns. So what I'm going to do in the next days, guys, I will backtest these accumulation patterns because they are not the classical ones. They are a bit different. So I'm going to analyze these a bit more. Look, the difference with classical accumulation patterns here is that usually you have three or four lows at the exact similar price. Here, it made a low and it made a consolidation above that low, came close to the low, but it didn't sweep it. Here on ZKC, for example. So what I will do is I will scan for these coins, look for similar patterns, this exact accumulation pattern, and I think this might work to catch some of the coins at this phase here when they come down to the accumulation low level, and I see the smaller time frame accumulation here, guys. Then I will try to share some of these before the end of the month because, as I said yesterday, this month I'm at negative with the monthly P&L, and I might at least come to break even when sharing like 2 or 3 good trades. Yes, EAB brother, she's great. She's really, really good. High success rate, high win rate. I appreciate her. Glad that we have her here. Brother, I'm feeling better. It was yesterday. I don't know why. Maybe also because I started to go to gym after a long time while having a cold. I had caught a cold and I went to the gym for the first time in a long time. Uh, since month I didn't go to gym, to be honest with you. And I went yesterday and the day before to the gym, and I have that muscle. How do they call that in English? You know, when the muscle hurt, I had that, and I was sweating, maybe probably because of that. But I feel good today. Thank you. A bit cold is not a problem for a grown-up man. Also, I never went to doctor since maybe 20 years because of things like that. You know, because of catching a cold or fever or bro, we are men. So it comes and it goes in 1 or 2 days. I don't even care about that. But really, on yesterday's stream, I was sweating. My t-shirt went wet. I had to change my t-shirt. So that's why I realized it. Otherwise, I wouldn't even bother with things like that. Hey, too small. Welcome, brother. Hope you are good. Pillow. Hey, Adura. So this is the thing, guys. So I suggest really to not risk much at the moment. It is the best time to sharpen your TA skills and make backtesting the things that you have learned here so far that you can backtest them, look on charts and try to understand, learn, just sharpen your skills, because that will be needed when the market actually starts to work again. Uh, there are now phases where TA is not working, guys. So where you really have to have experience and trade by your intuition, or how do they say in English? Yeah, intuition. When you are used to trading, trust your feeling, and so on. And therefore, you have to be in that zone in your routine. You cannot do that while having a 95 job, family commitments, and so on. When you try to do that and trade, guys, that won't work, honestly. So sit this one out, these choppy phases right now, because as I said, I'm pretty sure there will be better times coming. And yeah, I will look for these newly listed shitcoins with these new type of accumulation patterns and try to catch some of them in the coming days and share some of them so I can have at least a break even this month. What is this? Blue AI, blue AI. Yeah, it's looking suspicious, to be honest. Might do something, this one. I only see this coin when it's pumping. Like, for example, here, when it was pumping, I saw this coin. I didn't know this coin. I didn't even know it before that. Never had seen it. But every time it pumped, it fully retraced almost. Yeah, until now. But we see it can easily pump. Like here, looks someone looks looks crazy that pump. Immediately retraced within 1 hour. Wow. Made a 2x and looks like a PND, right? The classic PNDs. Man, do we still have that? Things like this were normal in 2017. So we were looking for pump and dump groups to get in these ones, and then they pumped and dumped. We had like bots, trading bots to catch these. I remember those days, man. Crazy. I didn't know this is still happening, but it looks like PND to me, honestly. Like someone shared it, something happened, and then, but maybe it's just some type of mistake here. I don't know. Some market make a mistake or whatever. But this is definitely trending up overall. Now this started trending up, right? This is a rounded bottom, by the way, guys. It came down, it went sideways, and now it's trending up, slowly trending up. So this will probably at some point go up after, yeah, after a bit more like this. Probably at some point it will fly. And many newly listed coins, newly listed coins will probably do the same. Peer words, we caught a massive trade on this one. For those who remember and got in, I shared this entry and later on another entry. This was a massive trade that I caught when I was active yeah, in December, I think. It was really a nice trade, and now today it's going up again. After it had almost fully retraced. So good that we had taken profits. But it is starting to move again. And probably also this is one of the coins that will keep going up. Um, so I will keep an eye at this one. It might still come down because right now the market is choppy. And this is among the daily gainers. So it might still come down. And I will look for a good entry for this one as well. So we catch the next up move, okay? So it might stay on this EMA, for example, which is the EMA 200 on the H1 like this. Yeah, that's it, fam. You want me to look at something? I was trying to catch some of these coins, but it's so random. Brother, it is random. It's not only to your eyes, it's really random, too small. You would have to watch these coins in advance to catch them. I was not watching this NOM coin, also not the ZKC coin. But remember in December last month when I caught some of them, that was not before because I got lucky. That was because I was watching those coins, brother. I had, you know, I had taken some coins that I was watching where I expected those moves, and I placed my alerts and so on. That's why I caught them. If you don't do that, how should you catch these? You can use volume. There are volume scanners, for example. Then you see volume coming in. Then you can try. So I was trading with volume scanners, for example, some years ago. Those are tools that you can use, but it's also not always guaranteed that when you see volume, that you will get the pump. Sometimes you get volume and only get small pump or, you know, much later. But it's worth trying to use volume scanners. Actually, I will speak with my dev, whom I had no time to reply recently. He texted me. I will try to uh, come up with a nice volume scanner for us, okay? Because it's useful. So I will speak with him and hopefully he can, because he's one of the best devs that I have. I know him since many years. He had made me EMA alerts and we had a really nice trading bot actually with a high win rate. So he used my TA and made those bots, and hopefully we will use that soon in the server volume scanners. So then we can see, oh shit, there's volume coming in on ZKC, for example. And then you will see that here, guys, the volume coming in here. Then you can try buy in. You might catch one of these. That's how it's done, bro. Yeah. It's hustle. It's still grind. You know, you still have to work, but that's normal. Otherwise, the only thing where you don't have to work is be lucky and catch penguin, for example. As I said yesterday, did that coin go up more today? Probably yes. Penguin. Oh, sorry. Oh, this is another one. Not on TradingView, probably. Listed on Max. When? Oh, it was listed at Max since Friday already. Wow. hmm Okay. After yesterday's stream, it only went down as far as you can see. It made a correction, which is normal, guys. After a 1000x move, or I don't know, maybe it made more than 1kx. Let me quickly check here on Maxi. How much did it do here? Penguin, probably when it came out on Solana, it was much cheaper than here before Maxi. So, but I only want to look here at the Maxi chart. What was the lowest listing price? Just to have an idea. Pretty sure that this one, okay, this is a ATX on Maxi after listing, made a ATX. So probably it was much lower on Solana when it came out. Yeah. Because I see some people made turned like 1k to 1 million or more. That must have been, yeah, it was, it's crazy. I don't know, guys. This is a crazy move, run up within a few days. Yeah. This is good for crypto to have something like this, that we have opportunities like this. Some get lucky, make life changing money. I love to see things like this. I'm not a hater, because I missed out. Because I'm not a holder anyway, I usually never catch these ones. Rarely I catch a few multipliers, but something like this, 100x like that, I wouldn't catch anyway. I know from myself, as I said yesterday, fam. I wouldn't hold that long anyway. So don't be sad for missing out shit like this. Um, it will happen many times to you that you miss out things like this. So get used to it. Also regarding trades, guys. I fumbled, 7-digit trades so many times when I was new in crypto, like in 2017, 2018, when I fumbled a big trade where I thought, damn, if I held this yesterday, I would now have like 100k, or those fumble trades that you missed out because one little mistake in last minute, for example, you made one little mistake, you sold it just before it went up, or whatever, some type of mistake, and you fumbled it. Or you wanted to buy it, you actually wanted to buy it, but somehow something happened, you didn't do it, and then you missed out the 7-digit trade, for example. Guys, at the beginning of my career, that made me crazy. I thought, what the fuck? I would never have to work again. That's what I thought. I think you know what I mean. And the thing is, guys, you will, even if you do not catch all of them, and you will fumble trades like that many times, but you will also catch some life-changing trades at some point if you stick around. You will be lucky one day. You cannot always, always, always lose, you know. If you pay attention, if you stick around, one day you will lucky and make some life-changing money. And also you will get used to fumble these trades, these seven-digit trades. And it will make you like uh you will be no zero, guys. You will feel zero about that. Really, when it happens to me these days, for example, when I long a coin, all trade, okay? Let's say Dusk, for example, because this one recently went up, right? So, for example, I long a trade like this, guys. It happens. Happens many times to me. That's why I'm telling you right now. Sometimes I risk more than 1 hour, guys. Sometimes when I have confidence, I risk more than 1 hour. You know, it's normal. Traders do that. We risk up to 3 hour, and maybe if you are uh, on on a high level confidence, you might even risk more, like 5 hour or so. But I do never recommend that because if that goes wrong, it's really bad. But let's say I take a trade like this. I have a target like this. Just for example, guys, what do we do? When the trade goes right, we take profit on the way up. We rarely hold up to here, right? But then we see, what do we see the next day or 2 days later? Damn, if I actually had kept this trade, it would have been a seven-digit trade. I would have made like 2, 3 million. So this happens to me many times, and I feel nothing about that. That's what I wanted to tell you. It makes you really like, yeah, a few years in the market makes you get used to it, guys. Of course, I could need that money. Everyone needs money, like fumbling a few millions, but it's not like it bothers me anymore, you know? That's just what I wanted to tell you. Uh, so yeah, because you know what I think. One day I might do it better and keep this one, keep a trade like this, because I know it happens many times to me. I know one day I must just do it, like just hold it, you know? Sometimes I do that and then I get not lucky, right? Sometimes I do not take profits. Maybe some of you realize that sometimes I do not suggest to take profits, but then, yeah, then it doesn't work. But doesn't mean that it will never work. One day that will pay off and you might not round trip, but catch a massive trade like this. Just on the peer words trade that I recently shared, which is one of the good examples that I can show right now because you have seen I had shared some of these trades. Imagine, guys, I had kept this trade, you know, and risk more than 1 hour. Here, for example, I had risked, let's say, 2 hour, so that would be a 40 hour trade, you know. So even if I had only risked like 5K on such a trade or 2K, let's say 2K. What is that? If I had risked 2K, that's a good profit. 20 times 2K, 40K. One trade. Tastes good, right? ZBT is at the level we spoke yesterday. Yes, George, brother, I said it. At the beginning of the stream, I spoke about it, bro. Let me quickly open it up again. As you can see, it also bounced on that level today, right? It came down to the exact level, bro. It bounced, but now fully retraced. Honestly, bro, it would have to hold here, but the market is just too shit, George. I mean, oh, it all, whoa, Bitcoin swept these lows here. while I was at the stream. Damn, guys, crazy. So, bro, the market is not good as you see. It's in a free fall. So, I do not recommend to take any longs right now. That's what I said in the stream at the beginning of the stream, because yeah, probably Bitcoin bounces here because it swept liquidity, and if it does, if Bitcoin bounces here, it might be a little bounce up to here, bro. Up to here, where probably many people try to long the three tap, and then go lower. That can happen. We are now, right now, bro, we are not in a bullish phase of the market. And honestly, we might move lower, which is why I said at the beginning of the stream, George, fam, do not risk much at the moment. Better sit this one out and, do not risk your capital because after this fucking correction here that is happening, there will be better and easier trades, bro. Okay? Let things settle down first and then we will trade the privacy coins. Coins like Verge here, which is maybe now coming down to here. Okay? So yeah, Bitcoin. It swept those lows, probably bounces here because of the sweep. Yeah, it's bounced already actually. How much is that bounce? Not that big actually. So another sweep of this low can be longed, probably. But it's all, for scalping, in my opinion. As I said, it's for scalping, bro. Scalp trades. Hopefully you're right, Evok. But I'm pretty sure you are joking. I love that energy, bro. Bro, if I was now trading actively, which I'm not, as you know, I would wait for the sweep of this stupid low here and try a scalp long, you know. But even without confidence, and I would have to use some tools for that probably. So wait for the sweep of this low. Let me check the price. Uh, uh, uh. And also consider the psychological number, the big round number where people place their stops below like 86. People will place their stops below 86. They will say, okay, 86 must hold, you know. So also have to consider that one. So it might come down to a bit lower here when it sweeps this current low. So then I would try a scalp long up to this level. And as for ZBT, George, bro, yeah, what should I say? It came down to the level. Good that I told you yesterday to not, I mean, I suggested to not try there, right? Wait for that level. And if you had done that, you would have caught a small trade at least, right? Same for the other coins that I did not suggest to buy yesterday because of resistance, like Hype and some others. Yeah, they came down to the level I mentioned, made some bounces. But yeah, when Bitcoin comes down like that, then these coins, yeah, are fucked. And the daily top gainers are coins that have absolutely nothing to do with the current, like with the current market, like newly listed coins that do like unexpected pumps, like these two here. But for those who were not here at the beginning of the stream, I said that I see some type of patterns here on these newly listed coins, some type of new accumulation pattern that I will scan the market for in the coming days. And we might be lucky and catch one of these because I see a really pattern here. It's looking pretty much the same, these two. And yeah, we have a lot of newly listed coins that made these moves here. Went massive down, then slowly down, sideways. So I think it's worth trying some of these. So when we see them here at this level, and then in the smaller time frame, see, yeah, probably had a small accumulation here. Do you see this? This is a classic accumulation pattern, what you see here. Let me draw that range for you quick. This is what's the classic accumulation patterns. So we have 3 or 4 lows at the similar price. One low, second low, third low, fourth low. This is accumulation. Some guys is buying here, some big guys, the MMs, the exchanges, and some insiders, obviously, right? Buying here, taking some off, bringing price back down to the entry, buying more. Accumulation, basically. And then, yeah, these unexpected pumps happen within one day, 1 or 2 days. So we have those patterns on these coins. Pretty sure this one had that accumulation pattern as well. I didn't check it, but let's quickly check it, guys. Yeah, not as clean as on NOM, but okay, at least it make an uptrend like here, which could have been, you know, when you see a uptrend like this, you can buy it here, you can try it. And overall, I would look for the daily time frame pattern anyway, which is this one here. It made a low, then consolidated, came close to that low, and then reversed there. ZKC and NOM both did that exact thing. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do um, whenever I find time in the next days, and then try to share one of that. That's my plan now. But other than that, the next step is to wait for the market to finish the correction and then trade the privacy coins. Okay, fam? So that's my plan. For now, look at these newly listed shitcoins because they are the only ones that pump. And other than that, it's yeah, coins that you would never guess that they would pump. Like what is this GPS even? You know what I'm saying? Nobody is watching these coins. Actually, this one I was watching because it's a privacy coin, but it didn't move big anyway. So today it made a small pump, but still nothing serious here that I see. One moment. So yeah, the privacy coins basically are the ones that are interesting. Still, that's the best narrative and probably will still be the best narrative. This PHA coin, I don't know what's the full name. PHA, it's a privacy coin. Uh, It's one of those that I'm watching. I think this one also will make a move up. Just can't say when exactly. So I will keep watching this and also consider. Okay, Rose, another one of them. And as I said, also Verge is one that I would like to buy on this nice dip. But I think this SMA 100 been used now one time, two times, and before that it was used here. So that I think now on this Bitcoin correction right now, it might actually come down here, guys. And I would try to buy it here at 65. Okay, so I will place an alert on this one and try this. Put my stop actually a bit lower. But that's too wide, right? So yeah, SMA 200 H4 actually for stop. Yeah, I would use then, when I use my stop like that, then I would put it below these highs here at least. Yeah, so below 60. I would try 65, entry and stop below 60. I mean here, right? These numbers, 65 and 60. And then I think Verge looks bullish. Overall, as I said, privacy coin, one of the OG privacy coins, by the way. Okay, fam. What time is it? Yeah, almost 1 hour now. Because today is Sunday, I streamed a bit earlier. Some of you have to go to school or work or whatever, university, whatever you are doing. Break down the channel. Then, yeah, bro. This coin usually was always following the ZEC coin. You know, when ZEC was pumping, this was pumping, usually, until at some point that changed recently. So this is actually not following ZEC anymore. Before I check that, brother, I'm curious about ZEC. One moment. Yeah, as I thought, someone asked me about ZEC, and I said it likely. It's funny to see it now because I said it was here. I said it's likely going to go up a bit. It might not even retest the channel. That's what I said on one stream, and then come down to the EMA 200 on the daily time frame. And it's funny to see that right now it played out like that. But yeah, Zen brother, it's looking like total crap right now. Yeah, totally shit. Did you short this coin, Sasha? Because I had read that you are in some shorts. Did you catch this one? Looking totally crap right now, bro. So no signs of reversal anyway. So what should I say about this one? It can come down all the way down to the low here. Maybe chop a bit more here now at this level. But it looks pretty done at the moment. Might bounce here. Might bounce here, honestly, you know. But might as well not. So, one moment. Yeah, difficult. No confidence straight for me. No A plus setup or high confidence setup. I see on this now. Anyway, I will focus on high quality and high confidence setups because this month was a mess for me, guys. I don't know what the fuck I did there. Why why I shared so many trades at the beginning of January and so many losing trades. It was crazy, crazy. Really shared a lot of trash there instead of focusing on full confidence place. Because I thought I can recover that anyway, but then I came into the phase where I couldn't trade anymore. Uh, but I will still try until end of the month to do that break even promise. I will try. So without forcing, I will try something, I will do some work. But if there's no confident shit, then from now on only I won't, share things like that because the market is not like it used to be. We have to share only high probability trades where we have confidence. And even then, it's, risky, but not share like setups where you only have like one thing. Oh, it has a RSI bullish divergence. That's not enough. You need a few things that come together where you say, okay, this horizontal support, okay, this, like EMA support, okay, RSI div, and so on. Many things must come together to make it an A plus setup where you say, okay, I think it must bounce here. So that's a high probability setup, just to let you guys understand. But if you see only one thing and think, oh, it looks good, let me share it, then you will get fucked. And that's what happened to me in January. I rushed a bit. Yeah, guys. But I will make that good again, promise. The previous weeks were better, much better. Yeah, Sasha. And as I said, guys, trust me, really, these days, you should not risk much. Better train your TA, sharpen your skills, or use the shitty phase of the market to maybe watch something, a movie, or, enjoy life because that's also important. Balance is also important. Look at me, for example, because I'm so busy. When I came home, evening, when the kid is in bed and wife also, before I go to bed, I watch series, 1 or 2 episodes of science fiction series here on Amazon Prime. Guys, you are in a different world for like one hour, 2 hours. You're in a different world. I can really recommend to sometimes just do something like this. Maybe play a video game. There are people who will tell you, "Oh, do not waste your life in video game." For example, you can in that time you can make achievements in your real life. They will say, and yes, I agree with that. That's what always said years ago as well. I'm not someone who's playing video games for hours. But sometimes, I'm just saying, sometimes when there's no point in forcing trades, for example, use that time and enjoy your life a bit because the time is there right now. You have the time, you can play a bit now. You wanted to test the game or watch a series, do it now, brother, because there will be a time soon again where it's better to work. You get what I mean, fam? You need a balance. So because of work, because of crypto, I hadn't played games for like 6, 7 years, guys. I didn't play any games at the beginning when I started trading. I didn't play anything for like at least 5 years. I know that. Since 2 or 3 years, I started playing a little bit PS5 again. Sometimes, but not much. Yeah, and I started to talk too much already, guys. It's Sunday. I wish you all a good rest. Take care of your health and try to get some sleep. And yeah, take care, fam. Shit, for 3 months, I don't think a movie will last 3 months. Play VOV. Bro, no. Those games that make you addictive, that make you addicted, where you have to level up your character, like those roleplay games. That's not good. Good night, fam. See you next week. Bye bye.